is New Jersey Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew. He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee and also a New Jersey state director for the Trump 2024 campaign. First off, your thoughts, Congressman, on how the debate is going to play out. It's interesting because even Democratic commentator Van Jones said it's essentially do or die for President Biden, that if he has a weak performance, he said it's over for him.
He's not going to have a weak performance. First of all, they've given him a week off where he's resting. I mean, this is almost like he's getting ready for a boxing match. He's being tutored. They're going over and over events. I'll tell you, this whole debate was shaped for Joe Biden. I mean, let's really think about it. CNN and ABC, both those networks hate President Trump. Jake Tapper is so unbelievably critical of President Trump all the time, and he's going to be one of the moderators. All the moderators don't like President Trump. The way they're going to have a break in the debate is so that Biden can rest in between. They're going to run some advertisements, which they usually don't. Remember, Joe Biden wouldn't go with the sanctioned regular debates that are normally done. So he had special debates shaped for him, CNN and ABC. I really believe this. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm a very grounded individual. I don't see conspiracies behind every door. I hate to say this, but I believe that Joe Biden is going to have the questions and the answers to the debate in advance. I believe that the questions are going to be shaped almost like the old, the question like, gee, why is President Trump such a bad guy? That's going to be, I'm exaggerating, but that's going to be the kind of questions that they're at. It's just, it's the way that it is. Trump's going to win in the end, but he's going to be battling with the moderators and he's going to be battling with Biden. And meanwhile, Trump is flying all over the country, having rallies, meeting people, campaigning, raising money, where Biden is just literally almost in a hospital to train him and to give him any medication that he needs to win this. Biden's going to do better than people think.
That's a lot of stuff there. So you believe that the questions, first of all, are somehow going to get to the president. And you believe it's just going to be so tailor-made, so accommodating to him. And you also believe what you're saying here is that it's going to be President Trump against the three of them, against the two moderators and Joe Biden.
Yeah, I do believe that. And, that's my belief. I don't have proof. I don't have factual information. Let me be clear. But I know how these folks work. 5 years ago, I was a Democrat. They don't kid around. They're smart. They have an end game, which their end game is to win, and they're going to do everything in their possible. And this is do or die for them. It was just like State of the Union was do or die. I was at the State of the Union. It was more of a campaign rally than anything on public policy. It was a divisive speech he gave. But if you remember, he was full of energy for the speech. He will do this. He will have that debate, and then you won't see him again for a while. He's going to have to rest up. But he's resting, he's being nurtured, he's being taught, he's being helped. They're doing everything possible. This is a 24/7 game for them. This is the real thing. I know President Trump's going to do great. I know that he knows what he's in for, and he's a strong person, and he's willing to fight the fight no matter what. But this is not a fair fight, not one tiny bit, in my opinion.
Let me ask you, Congressman, also the issue of the gag order, because, of course, the New York District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, on Friday urged the judge overseeing Trump's New York criminal case, even though the trial is over, he's saying that there still should be provisions of the gag order in place. That, to me, is astounding. I've talked to so many legal experts. They've never heard of a gag order continuing after the trial, for example. And also, what is he going to do when he's out there on the debate stage? Because as you bring up, and it's also been reported that the Biden team is preparing the president to really go after President Trump and say January 6th, to say you're a convicted felon. What, is he not supposed to respond on certain things? This, to me, is an incredible disservice to American justice, because the American public should hear from the president. He should feel unfettered when he gets out there. What's your thoughts?
Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, the gag order has a purpose. They're doing this at every level. They've weaponized the judiciary. They're using the judiciary as a political tool. You have an attorney general in New York who she ran on saying basically she was going to put President Trump in jail. You have a prosecutor in New York who said the same thing. He ran on this. He was funded by people who hated Trump to win his election. You have a judge in New York who is a donor to Joe Biden, whose daughter handled millions upon millions of dollars and was very, very involved in the Biden campaign. You have a guy that actually was third in importance and left the Department of Justice to go and get downgraded to become a prosecutor in New York because they wanted to make sure they had every bit of help they could be. He lost income, he lost prestige, but they needed to get this done, so they took the third highest position in the Department of Justice, had him go to New York. And then finally, now what they're going to do is put a gag order on them, and you're going to hear things in the debate, questions about, like that's a question, you know they're bringing up January 6th. And supposedly President Trump's supposed to say, I'm sorry, I can't say anything on that because I'm a convicted felon. You know they're going to bring up that he's a convicted felon and what happened in the trial. And he's going to say, sorry, I just have to. I don't think President Trump will, and he'll take whatever fine or whatever they're going to try to do to him. But this is what third world countries do. This is what communist countries do. I'm telling you, Rita, we've never seen anything like this in our lifetime. That's why this election is so important. It is the biggest election since the Civil War.
Yeah, it is an incredible moment. I agree with you. I've never seen anything like this ever before. Certainly, we all will be watching the debate. And Congressman, thank you so much for your great perspective. We really appreciate having you here. Always love having you on.
Thanks, Rita. Good to be with you.
You too. Thank you very much. And